Some firefighters and other personnel now battling the Garnett Fire in Fresno County. Look at that. The blaze started on Sunday in the Pine Lake Flat area of the Sierra National Forest. The flames have scorched more than 17,000 acres, prompting evacuation orders in the area. So far, no containment on that fire. And today, the National Forest Service confirmed it was started by lightning. As we toss to Darren right now, heading into that holiday weekend.
Yeah.
You're telling me Mother Nature kind of flirting with those fire temperatures.
It's going to get hot enough that we need to be concerned here in the Bay. There's no fire weather watch, no red flag warnings. That's really what we don't want. We don't have those. But with the temperatures going up, humidities are going down. Good news, too, on the video we just showed you of the Garnett Fire. The really dramatic video, but that's from 2 days ago, and that's really what we've been showing to just drive across the point of how intense those flames were. That fire, which sits right here on the virtual map, has not looked like that over the last 2 days. I was looking at the Alert Wildfire Camera Network for the state, and none of them show pyrocumulus clouds or huge intensity. The acreage hasn't changed much on it. Containment hasn't either. It's still not very contained. There's your other fire up there. That's the Picket Fire. Take a look up there with me for a second, and we'll take a look at the fire that we started this newscast with. Just a little more perspective on that one. This is a small one burning in Lake County, and you can watch that little plume of smoke coming off of it. And this is burning up Canyon, and now it kind of zooms in there. Let me get a slightly closer look at that. This is burning up Canyon now in a very isolated and rural part of Lake County. It always helps with something like this, I think, to put it on a map. So you know where Clear Lake is? There it is. This is where that fire is. Most of what you're seeing on there are the evacuation orders. This thing is very small within those evacuation orders. The red is just a higher degree of evacuation order. The yellow is be aware. There are very few people out here at all. This is very rural. And watch what happens as we zoom in for one more lock step at this. Let's get rid of the warnings. That's the footprint of this fire so far. Burning upslope here, very rural, and it's relatively small in terms of acreage. So it's just an update on that because we started on it and it's the new one. All right, let's come back to what is really the story at hand. The warm-up you have coming your way for tomorrow. And we're going to see the temperatures take a bit of a jump on us. So a 10-degree increase in daytime highs for tomorrow. Let's see what that looks like. Here's your comparison first off on Friday. This is what we are doing today. And these numbers are a little warmer than yesterday, sitting in the low 90s for the inland East Bay. Temperatures in the low 80s in the Santa Clara Valley, low 80s in the North Bay. All those numbers exactly where you should be for this time of year. What we just had on Friday is a very normal day. Let's lose the numbers and get that wide view on the map again today. We'll say goodbye to the temperatures, watch the color contours, because here's the jarring difference with tomorrow. This is Saturday. Now, when we do this, those numbers, which were in the upper 80s to around 90 for the inland East Bay out here, now we're getting too close to 100. Concord and Livermore are going to be sitting well into the upper 90s tomorrow. Antioch, you might be right on the verge of 100 tomorrow. This is usually where the heat's going to be the most intense. Look at the South Bay. 82 would be an average daytime high for San Jose. You're going to be 2 degrees shy of 90. And you can see the North Bay is also going up. Look at the city, mid-70s tomorrow. Here's the thing about this. It's the first day of your 3-day weekend. It's going to be a noticeable jump to get you here. Tomorrow afternoon, when you're outside, you're going to notice it. And you'll go, oh, this is warmer than the last few days have been. Technically, this is the hottest day of the holiday. But it also doesn't cool down a whole lot. Sunday and Monday will be just a few degrees below this temperature-wise, so it's not really a huge difference in terms of the way it's going to feel. Let me show you what happened to the marine layer. There's not really a whole lot of that out there right now. We kind of see it getting scoured away out here, getting pulled off the coast. We'll see it build in again a little tonight. I think we will have a little bit of the marine layer tomorrow morning, but we know this isn't going to have a big difference on daytime highs. It's not going to last long. It's going to melt back pretty quickly. And if you look at the timestamp there, by like 11 o'clock noon, everybody's got sunshine, and we'll be off to the races there for the warm-up. Let me show you what it looks like in the 7-day forecast, because this is interesting. The 7-day forecast is majority above average, and we hadn't done a lot of that over the course of the summer. We haven't stayed in the neighborhood of temperatures above average. These numbers in 88 would be average. Generally speaking, inland microclimates right now, 88 is the average daytime high. So we already know we got an issue tomorrow. Gets a little better next week, but it never really comes down until we get to about Thursday and Friday. So I guess there is some good news there. By the time we get to Thursday and Friday next week, you will see temperatures that have come right back down to about average for this time of year. And when we look at the 7-day forecast on here for the Bay, we see a similar trend there as well. All right, Ryan, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jeremy.